My research examines the linkages between fiscal and monetary authorities and how they affect macro variables and economic inequality. The interaction between monetary and fiscal authorities is essential to maintain the health of a country's economy. In the first chapter, I present a novel, time-varying empirical measure of fiscal and monetary interaction mapped to agents' belief about the goal alignment of the policymakers. I use topic analysis to measure the heterogeneous interaction in various types of speeches of central banks and finance ministry authorities. Incorporating this measure of fiscal monetary interaction into a panel VAR setup, I find that agents interpret the increased interaction between fiscal and monetary authorities as a signal towards economic stability in stressed periods. Households are heterogeneous because of different income sources, exposure to such sources, economic adjustment costs, and price and wage frictions. Financial intermediaries separate the savings and borrowing instruments. However, they typically have a hold-up problem that instills a gap between households' expectations and the financial intermediaries' objectives. The heterogeneity of households ensures that the aggregate outcomes do not affect the consumption decisions equally. The distributional response generates inequality in the economy through various transmission channels. A vast and diverse country like India offers a perfect laboratory to experiment with the response of heterogeneous households to monetary and fiscal shocks because it complicates policy implementation compared to the usual results. In the second chapter, I assess the interplay of monetary and fiscal policies on consumption inequality in a medium-scale dynamic stochastic general equilibrium new Keynesian framework with heterogeneous households and wage, price, and financial frictions. I deploy an augmented two-agent new Keynesian framework approximating heterogeneous agent new Keynesian model to illustrate the transmission mechanism of shocks. I calibrate the model to India and analyze the effect of expansionary, monetary, fiscal, and productivity shocks on the relative redistribution of consumption within unconstrained and constrained households. I focus on the response of both households' wage, profit, tax, and interest rate channels and find that the consumption inequality reduces with all three expansionary shocks. However, the mechanism is starkly different for all of them. My thesis captures the essence of both the developed and emerging economies in a DSGE framework with supporting empirical evidence of the proposed theoretical results. This way, I evaluate the response scenarios of both types of economies in a macroeconomic framework with fiscal and monetary linkages.